Beckham and get gone. You ain't done yet, get gone.
Hey. So guys, before we get started in today's video, as you guys know, we are getting very close to 50,000 subscribers, and in honor of that, we want to give away a full merch pack with all of the new merch. I'm going to flash it on the screen right here. If you guys are interested in that, to get entered to win, all you got to do is subscribe to our channel, turn on post notifications, and comment down below and just say done. What we'll do is once we reach 50,000, we're gonna go ahead and pick one winner from this video. So if you wanna get entered to win, go ahead and do that right now. What is up guys, and welcome back to another vlog. Today is jam-packed because we're trying to get the E36 M3 project running. I got the intake manifold completely installed. I got the DW fuel injectors all done. I got the coil packs all mounted, mounted up the turbo, and now I'm mocking up the intercore piping. And the next thing today is to go into the back seat and change out the fuel pump. All right, so on the E36, as well as many other cars, the fuel pump is actually underneath the passenger rear seat. So I think you just pull up, yep, like that, and the whole rear seat should come out. Okay, and I believe this is the cover for the fuel pump. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this back. And I think this just pops up. Let's see. There we go. And there it is. So this fuel pump cover, whoa, we got 4 Phillips head screws or bolts. I'm gonna go ahead and remove these. Let's see what it looks like underneath. Let's go ahead and pop this up. Now there's a seal under here, and I really don't want to damage this because I don't want to replace it. Okay. Oh, it's just a nice foam seal. So there we go. Inside there's a carrier with the fuel pump. So let's go ahead and twist that ring off and remove the hose. Let's see what's in there. All right, so it took a few minutes to get the clamp off of here, but I was able to do so. So I'm gonna remove the hose. We're gonna go ahead and twist this carrier out and pull this whole thing. So it turns out there's a BMW specialty tool used to remove this ring here. But I did some research on the forums, and I guess with a flathead screwdriver and a light tap of a hammer, I should be able to get this thing off without breaking it. So let's go ahead and try that. Okay, that is completely removed. Let's go ahead and set this on the ground outside the car. So I just laid out the DW fuel pump and all of the components that came with the kit. Came with a little pickup, some hose clamps, and looks like an electrical harness. And then this is the OEM fuel carrier and fuel pump assembly. So what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna start inspecting this to just see what components I need. Also, what's very important is certain heights and tolerances of the fuel pump assembly. So I wanna make sure that when I put this new fuel pump, everything else remains the same. Let me just explain real quick. So because I have to rewire the fuel pump and I have a new hose provided by DW, I didn't need to keep any of the OEM stuff, so that's why I cut it. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the balance of this hose. I'll probably just slice it with the razor blade to remove it. I got the 2 hose clamps and I can install this. And then I also will wire up the new fuel pump with the little harness that they attached. It might be a little bit hard to see, but I got all the wires stripped, so let me go ahead and connect red to red, black to brown. All right, so I went ahead and soldered and then shrink wrapped the new connector onto these wires here. So let's go ahead and install the new fuel pump into the carrier. Alright, so this is the completed carrier assembly. We're gonna go ahead and, whoa, almost fall on the ground. Toss this back in the car. If you can see there, that little clip on the top, that holds the filter onto the fuel pump, and I almost installed it without that, but thankfully I reread the instructions and that's right in there to install this little ring, and now we're ready to install the whole fuel pump assembly. Got the clip all tightened up, the electrical plug plugged in, so now go ahead, reinstall this very flimsy foam gasket here. All right, next on the agenda is to remove the OEM fan clutch. Is that funny? Use these two tools to remove the OEM fan clutch here because the CX Racing radiator comes with electric fans and I no longer need this. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this down. Well, interesting about this is it's actually reverse threaded. So as you tighten it, normally it's backing off of the threads. We're almost there. Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. Okay. Do not need this anymore, so that's going in the box of parts over here. This is the CX Racing aluminum radiator. Came with an electric fan and a fan shroud. It looks like some mounting materials. So let's go ahead and mock this up and see if I need to fabricate any brackets. So this is actually looking pretty straightforward. I just put the radiator face down with the shroud and the fan on here, and it's got these little tabs on the side. The shroud bolts here with looks like some 10mm bolts, something like that, and then the fan connects to the shroud with these little brackets here. So I have these zip ties that actually I think go all the way through to ensure that the fan is really pressed up against the radiator. Shouldn't be too hard. I'm gonna go ahead and assemble this right now. Woo, that looks so fresh. Before I do anything else, I want to make sure that the OEM radiator hose does work. If not, I will buy that on my way in, as well as this one right here. So let me grab it. All right, so these are the two radiator hoses. I believe this is the top one. Let's go ahead and just kind of mock this on here. Oh, that's gonna work perfectly.
Thank you. Not a man.
This one, for some reason, is a little bit too long, but because this is pretty straight, all I gotta do is just cut this down by about 1 inch or so. That should square that away. So what I decided to do is I'm gonna ditch these OEM brackets. I really don't like them. I'm going to once I remove this, actually this side is a better example. I'm gonna drill a hole here. I'm gonna make an aluminum bracket that goes in here and holds that nice and tight. So that shouldn't be too hard. Just 2-bolt configuration with a bracket that holds that nice and tight. And then on the bottom, I'm gonna address that tomorrow. I hate to do this to you guys, but I'm gonna leave you hanging one more time. I don't think I'm gonna be able to start the car tonight. There's just simply too much to do. So tomorrow I'm gonna finish the radiator setup. I'm gonna completely dial in the rest of the intercooler piping. I might have to have Eric weld on an elbow onto the turbo. That'll reduce any of the stress on this coupler, which is down here. Guys, if you like what you saw in this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel. We'll see you guys in the next one.